Welcome back, my loves, moonbeams, glitter gremlins, and witchlings. This week we are doing rich, chaotic, tender cause I'm nice, and breaky brackety energy. You know what I learned? You take this send your questions thing really personally and seriously. You write like you're whispering secrets into a cauldron, and honestly, I respect it. This is our space. Okay? So settle in. We are here, we are back. This wild bird has returned to her nest. I'll be pulling your questions at random from our very special box. Yes, the box. And I'll be giving you my unlicensed, unprofessional, heartfelt, unhinged, raw, and hopefully spellbinding answers. I am your ever charming and passionate host, Pearl Ada. But don't let that distract you. Grab your hearts, hold your chests, collect your tissue stassel snacks, wiggle and jiggle your bum a bit for good luck, because we're officially walking through the gates of Pearl. And for all you know, this might be a spell. This might be a spell. Let's hear our first question for today. This is from Sasha, writing from Sweden. My partner shuts down after every conflict. We've been together 5 years. The relationship is good except for one major thing. The moment there's conflict, no matter how small, he shuts down. Full silent treatment, sometimes for hours, sometimes we don't even talk for days. No talking, no eye contact. Yeah? Sasha. He says he needs space, but I feel abandoned and panicked. I don't know how to fix problems when he refuses to talk. How you treat a person when you're upset with them is a reflection of how you feel about them. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. Oh yeah, but it's about people's limitations. I also have my limitations, yet I do my best. It might be your limitations, I don't care. Do you love this connection enough to work past your limitations? 5 years, Sasha. 5 years, baby. 5 years. I'll tell you, I'm the worst person to ask these kinds of questions because my answer is always leave. It's emotional abuse. Abuse is one of my deal breakers. Fight languages are important. There is nothing wrong with somebody needing space when something bad happens. But to the extent where you're literally cut off, they can't look at you, they say they need space, but they don't communicate when you will come back together, that will keep you in this anxiety avoidant loop, which is such a mind fucker. And the funny thing is, somebody who is secure might actually end up being an anxious mess after a relationship like this. A relationship cannot be good if every time something happens, someone disappears. That's crazy. There are really plenty fishes in the sea. Ugly, weird as fishes, but there's some sane fishes in the sea. Save yourself. They've had time to get it together. They haven't. The question now is this an experience you want to keep having, Sasha? That's all. How have your weeks been? Let me even ask. What kind of weeks have you had? Tell me in the comment. I've had a great week in the sense of I went to the gym, had a great time. I was just proud of myself. I lifted heavier weights than I usually would. And my one of the trainers at my gym was like, Pearl, you're lifting good today. I was like, yeah, thank you. Do you know what I mean? You know, little wins, let's acknowledge. Tell me your little wins in the comments. And I know I will be a mess the second time I see you. You will be surprised. It happens every time. It's nothing new. This is from Quinn, writing from Canada. How do I tell people my boundaries aren't up for negotiation? You don't tell them. You put them up, enforce it, and they'll find out when you've left them behind. Yes, that's how they know. You don't tell people. You show them. This is from Jordan, writing from Australia. My situationship gives me the best sex of my life, but there's no emotional consistency. I think I like him, and I know that's not good. I'm glad you know, but I feel like my body is betraying. me. You're betraying you. How do you emotionally detach from someone when they are obviously just interested in sex? You cut them off and move on. Situationships are not real. Let's write a song. Let's sing it together. Situationships aren't real. If you are in one, somebody is lying. Let's make it more melodic. Situationships are not real. If you are in one, somebody is telling lies, and it might be you. Okay? Every time someone mentions situationship next to me, I always look at them with like one, judgmental eyes. Yeah, I'm judging you. Because who the fuck is lying here? And it better not be you. Because how excited you sound to me sounds like you're just in it for fun. Situationships are not real. Friends with benefits, fine. Do you, boo. Baby, cut them loose. Let them go. And go and find someone who will be in a relationship with you. You can't detach from somebody who is inside you. How are you going to detach? How are you going to detach when there's vroom vroom involved? How are you going to detach from somebody who is all up in you? Physically detach. The emotions will follow. And also, you say they give you the best sex of your life. That's so exciting. Because now, Jordan, guess what you know? You know that you can have this level of sex. Hold that. Clock it. Clock what I'm... Baby. Yeah, catch what I'm giving. When you experience something so good, that means that experience is something you can hold on to and recreate. So now you know this is a possibility. You can recreate it with somebody else who is emotionally available. Hope that helps. Either Ayo or Ayo, writing from Nigeria. Hi, Pearl. I don't know if you have any experience with this. My siblings remember our childhood completely differently. It makes me so upset because when I bring up some of the experiences we had, they act like I am lying. They keep saying it wasn't that bad, but I know what I experienced and it feels like we don't even have the same reality. I feel very alone. It's like they are gaslighting me. Baby, let me tell you something. Nobody's gaslighting you. Two people can grow up in the same house and have different parents. Like the same parents, same house, same time, and the experiences will be worlds apart. I'm telling you, babes. I know parents be saying they don't have favorite kids, but it's a lie. Or even if it's not favorite kids, it's like they have different ways of relating to different children. Why? Because different children have different personalities. And parents have different hiccups about different children. There are people, there are mothers who are competing with their daughters, or mothers who have internalized misogyny and they treat their daughters really differently than they treat their sons. So usually what you would have is sons who love their mother, who think their mother is everything, and daughters who detest her because she treated them with so much carelessness and a heavy hand. No softness, no leeways, all just heavy-handedness. Or fathers who treat their daughters like invalids, like they are so controlling because they're not good men. So they know who they are. So when they look at their daughters, they see victims of possible men like them outside the home. But then the son experiences them in a very different way. And sometimes it's not even gendered. It's just maybe a mom or a parent feels closer to this child for whatever reason, and then finds this child a bit different because their personality is different. Maybe this child is more, it's harder to access. So you need a bit more, but they don't know how to wait. So they're not gaslighting you. That's their experience. They're not lying. Have grace for them in that way, and maybe stop looking for them to validate your experiences. Instead of saying validate me, maybe share with them how you felt. This is how I felt. This was how I experienced it. Validate yourself. Okay, my shoe is falling off my feet. My shoe is falling off my feet. I cannot put back my shoes. Yeah. Oh, remember, did anybody watch Wendy's? When she used to do shoe cam with her guests, they'd have the shoe cam. I wish I had a camera overhead and I'd do a shoe cam. I love this question. This question is from Samira, writing from Morocco. What's the lesson you learned the hard way? One that hurt maybe at the time, but now you are genuinely grateful that it happened. One thing I definitely learned the hard way was that people sometimes have terrible motives. There's this video I saw recently of this lady saying that some people will come into your life because you're awesome, but they have no awesome in them. So they have nothing to give. Like people show up to harm you, to take from you. And because this is how I see it, we're adults. Like, will I beat you? Like, if you tell me, like, why do you have to be a liar? Like, there's no gain to an adult lying. I don't see why a grown person should be a liar. If I'm not paying your rent, I'm not feeding you, I'm not clothing you, like I don't have a say over your life. You don't have to lie to me. I don't own you. You don't own me. You don't have to be dishonest. But then I had to learn that the reason why they lie is because they want something from you. They want something from you and they must pose to get it from you. So I must guard my heart, guard my space, be more stringent and careful. Hey, I have seen what I cannot believe. Yo, I have seen what I cannot believe. This question is from Reyes, Zimbabwe. What to do when a person is refusing to be dumped? Hey, what does this mean? Reyes, babes, what does this mean? Because this whole situation is giving police station. It's giving army. It's giving uniform. You know, it's giving the next time you see this person, there should be somebody with a utensil, a tool in front of you people, between both of you. Because what is this? What does it mean that a person is refusing to be dumped? I worry. So, jokes apart, tell everybody you know, they know. It's always a joke until somebody is on the 9 p.m. news. You know that song, what's that song Christians used to sing? Go tell it on the mountain. It used to play on the TV when I was a kid. Something, go tell it on the mountain. That's your duty. Tell your father, your mother. They might not take you seriously. Tell your aunties, your uncles. Tell the gate man. Tell any shop owner near your place. Tell everybody that you're being harassed. Tell the police too if you can. This is from Ashley, writing from the USA. He has cheated on me many times, but said he has changed. Okay, well, let me keep reading. I am scared it will happen again. It will happen again. You don't need to be scared. Our kids are 10, 2, and 8 months old. How do I heal? How do I feel enough again? How do I believe his words? You don't need to believe his words. His actions have shown you who he is. You don't get to know people by their words. You get to know them by their actions. If somebody is professing to you that they have changed, it means that you caught them. Because a person who is changed would have just changed on their own, and you will never have to catch them because there will be different people who would never do such a thing. It is seldom, ever, that someone does something once. Sometimes we do things once. But actually, someone who cheats multiple times is a cheater, a cheat. They will never change. They will always cheat on you. There's no reality where this person will not cheat on you again. But I'll keep reading. I feel like I lost myself in trying to be enough for him. I miss me, but I can't leave. You feel like you lost yourself in trying to be enough for him because it is not your duty to be enough for anybody. It's our jobs as people to be enough for ourselves. Somebody who is a serial cheater, a serial cheat, is not enough for themselves. How can you be enough for somebody who isn't enough for themselves? Ashley, before I come to the fact that you said you can't leave, I want to focus on the fact that you said your kids are 10, 2, and 8 months old. If this person has the time to go and cheat multiple times, it means you're the primary parent. Kids do what we do, not what we say. A child is deeply affected by the emotional state of their primary parent. Just in case there is a world where that's why you're saying you can't leave, just know that your kids are imbibing everything you're feeling right now. No, you can't hide it. It doesn't matter what you do, they will take it on. Happy parents make happy children. There's no way around it. If you say you can't leave, there's nothing I can say to you. But I just want to say to you, Ashley, darling, the only way you can be okay in this relationship is to accept that you live with a cheat and that they will keep cheating on you. Acceptance. There is no way around it. It's either you accept it or you leave. If somebody lies to me once, maybe they had a bad day, but it will pique my interest. Are they a liar? If the same person lies to me twice, that's a pattern. That is a liar. It will be unwise of me to deal with a liar and be looking for truth. No. I assume that everything that comes out of their mouth is a lie. And I'll be shocked if it's the truth. So if there's really a reason why you can't leave, accept and then take care of yourself. Make sure you don't get any STDs. Pick your poison, babe. Because truly, that's the only option you have. And I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear. But you know what's really crazy? How strong people are. People think they're not strong. But you'll be surprised what happens when you dare to find it within you. You'll be shocked what a person can do. Can't remember the song. The song went viral in 2020? Because I remember I was locking down with my family in Nigeria then. So I remember it was going viral everywhere. Jerusalem, hey, Ikayana. I always spoil songs, man. Not really, actually. I just sing them my own way. This is from Willow, writing from Canada. I love this name so much. Like, it's such a beautiful name, Willow. Oof. What makes you feel the most powerful in your body right now? Physically, emotionally, spiritually, or in the smallest everyday way? Whew. Physically, I'm not too sure. This is a really deep question. Ownership. Yeah, this might be a trigger for people with EDs. I just realized, shit. Trigger warning, pyum, pyum, pyum. I actually feel good in my body. Even when sometimes my brain isn't computing certain things or I struggle, I feel good. Like, there's something that really happens to me when I'm on my period or when my period is coming. I don't see my body the way it actually really looks. But how I knew that I've gained power, maybe compared to how I was in my teens, is I actually am aware. So I tell myself, this is a distortion. Whatever you're seeing, it's not you. Something is wrong chemically or something is imbalanced somewhere. Just know this is distorted. So being able to name distortion, I think that's where I feel the most powerful in my body. Or like when I was in my teens where I'm not seeing what is and I believe the distortion. Now I don't. Let me sit up for this one. This is from Chani, writing from South Africa. How does one break the cycle of limerence? I have been rejected by a guy who was in a relationship and didn't want to be friends with me. I apologized multiple times, but he was rude to me more. This rejection made me think a lot and I went on a spiral of self-hate. I think we need to get out of this mentality that saying sorry means people have to forgive you. If you say sorry to somebody once because he said he doesn't want to be friends with you, that's a boundary. You going to keep apologizing to somebody who has told you they don't want to be friends with you means what? You are infiltrating or trying to cross their boundaries. You are wrong. So they're not being rude to you. They are protecting themselves and standing on business. You, my love, you were disrespectful to this young man, but I think you need to figure out what you hate so much about your life that is making you escape to a fantasy. It really is a cure for limerence. Having a life that is more interesting than your head. If you find yourself stuck in your head, it means that your reality sucks. So you go into this mind state that takes you away from whatever pain or struggles you're escaping in your reality. So change your reality. Dream so big or have something that you're working towards so much that everything else falls to the side. Create a reality that makes you want to wake up and come out of your head so that you can do it. Go get a life you like. And usually your limerence disappears because your reality will be more interesting than the story in your head. And if you can't, go get therapy and leave that man alone. And I'm usually not on the side of men, so you can imagine. This is from B, writing from England. If you could give one really, really vital piece of advice to someone who struggles appreciating their achievements, what would it be? My darling, let me tell you something. You see how people have problems with going to work, but they go to work anyway? Yes. You see how people have problems with their boss, but they wake up and go to work because they have to earn money. Do it like it's paying money. This world that you and I are in, the average person is not there to celebrate you. Oh, and I'm not saying this for you to start looking at people sideways. No. People are so occupied with their own problems, their own restrictions, their own limitations, that the only person usually who will fully, to the full extent of things, celebrate you is yourself. So in a world where you're not even sure that people will scream your praises and celebrate you, you better buy yourself the damn flowers. You better be the one patting your bum bum and going, you great, great girl. It's me, Pearl. Every week I tell myself I'm the sexiest, most beautiful, gorgeous thing on earth. Will everybody agree? No, but I think so. That's all that matters. Okay? This world has never seen anything like me. According to me, that's true. Someone might argue, well, you know, we don't care. Me not care. Me not care what you think. I think they don't make them like me anymore. But I think so. I must. Who is telling me that? Nobody. It's me. I must think so. Yeah, I'm just telling you. Oh my God, I'm whizzing through them questions quickly today. I love it. Whizzing through them questions. Whizzing through them questions. This is from Alex, writing from SoCal. I want to be better in my relationship, but the harder I try, the more I hurt my partner in a different way from before, and the more we disagree, the more we both get disappointed, and it's this ongoing cycle. What do you believe could help stop this cycle? Whew, quite frankly, I do get a bit shaky with the relationship questions because I'm a leave girl. I'm a leaver. I'm always leave all the time. But then there are situations like this where I can see that there's care and, this person really wants to know how to improve their relationship. Alex, you want to know how to improve your relationship. I don't know the details of what the fights are about because these things matter. But I'll say two things that I've learned over the years. In relationships, number one, I think that everybody's job is to make themselves happy. It is your job as a human being to meet your own needs, to make yourself a happy person, to create happiness, to create a life that you like. And then when you're coupled, you both integrate two lives that you both like. So you have your paths, your lives that you love, and then you create a shared life. I feel like a lot of relationships suffer when there's codependency, when somebody needs the other person to create a life that they love for them. Like, I don't have a life that I love. You're my life. You're my world. My world revolves in many ways around you. So I need you to meet all these needs. But then in a healthy partnering, you see that some of those needs can be met by other people, other friendships, other connections, other things. The codependent dynamic where everybody only relies on their romantic partner is a very, very common one that I hate. I disagree with. But then because I don't know what you're fighting about or what you're struggling about, I can't speak on why. So this is just me faffing about and trying to, tell you something. The second thing I'll tell you is this. There's a huge difference between changing for somebody and changing something because you believe it would do you good as a human being. And this is why a lot of change for me or I wanted you to do better does not work in relationships. I am somebody who, if I look at a person and who they are fundamentally is not who I want, I don't ask people to change for me. I leave them. But then again, I'm a leaver. So, I respect it if you don't like what I'm saying. The reason I say this is this. Sometimes the things we supposedly have to change about ourselves are foundational to who we are. So the reason why the clashes might be happening is because what you're changing is to please them, but it's not in alignment with who you are. You keep clashing and doing maybe worse things or hurting them another way because at the core of it is not that one action. It's how you see things or how you exist. So you really have to think about the changes people ask of you because sometimes, yes, a partner, a friend, somebody in a friendship or relationship or any kind of relationship with you can really point out something. They can be the catalyst for why you initiate something, a change, an action in your life. So that's fair. It can happen. I mean, we're not islands. We need each other, don't we? So that can happen. But that change has to be because you've looked in the mirror long and hard and decided, do you know what? I want to make this change because I want to be a better person, a better human being. I want to be more considerate, not just to my girlfriend or my boyfriend or my romantic partner, but I want to be a considerate human being everywhere. And this is why I will always speak on the fact that I do not look for people who treat me well. I look for people whose nature is treating people well. Period. Whether he's attracted to them or not, whether he wants to be inside them or not. It's about character, isn't it? So it might be that. So before you go off and try to change something someone has pointed, why are you making that change? For you as a human being, outside of that relationship, why is that change necessary? I don't know if this is your issue, but I feel like I'm dropping some gems here. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce your name, baby, but I'm going to try. Mwelwa from Zambia. In finding my way back to me, how can I know which voice in my head is my own? The voice that is on your side. Anything else? Punch that motherfucking thing. You need to see me fighting. You need to see me. This is me and bad voices. I go, bitch. If you don't shut the hell up. I'm like, hey. So even my mean voices are so kind to me now because they dare not. Okay, all the energy I don't use to fight people in real life. And that's why they use them for this voice in my head. Because a lot of the things we carry within ourselves and we call it, the inside voice that is mean to me. No, it's all these other things you've heard. You've picked from the world. Yes, they take on the sound of your voice because they're within you. Okay, they sound like you, but they're not you. Any voice that is on your side, that's your voice. If it's not on your side, someone planted that shit. Kick it out. This is from Shahad, writing from Egypt. How can I build strong and real friendships? It's my first year in uni and I'm struggling with my mates and I think I'm not able to build a deep relationship with any person. Baby, in first year, it's hard to make real friends. You know why? Because friendship takes time. Real deep connections take time to build. Literally, most people you meet in your first year, you will not know them again very soon. All you have in common is your newness. And it wears off really quickly. That newness of leaving home for the first time, being away, being alone, maybe parties, maybe drinking if you do so. So if you want real deep friendships, you have to actually start doing things you enjoy. Join a club. I did drama at uni. So I made a few friends there. Some of them I didn't even like them, but we had something in common. So I didn't hate seeing them. It was nice to have people to see weekly. Join a group where you have something that isn't newness in common. And then actively put yourself out there when you meet them. It takes time. It takes vulnerability. It's trial and error. Keep showing up. Eventually you make a friend. The people I met at uni, like my first 4 weeks, and I thought, oh my God, these people will be my friends. Yeah, right. I don't even know who they are. There's this guy though, I remember, there's this guy I met at the airport when I came to my uni and we connected and it was such a beautiful, friendly connection. And we just never saw each other again. And that's because when I met him, I didn't have a phone number then. Did I? I don't think I did. No, I didn't have a phone number then. So we never exchanged like phone numbers or anything. And do you know we saw each other on the last day of uni? It was the most bizarre thing. It was like I had finished, I had graduated. I was leaving the city and I opened my door one morning and guess who was walking past? This young man. 4 years later. I saw him 4 years earlier and 4 years after, he was right there in front of my door. And we were like, oh my God, hi. And we said hello. I think we hugged, but it was a bit awkward. And I don't know why. I just didn't feel like asking him for his number. And he didn't ask me for mine either. But were so happy to see each other and we wished each other well. And that was it. And the other day I was going through my pictures and he was actually one of my pictures. And I was like, this was such a brief connection. Wow. Life is so dynamic, innit? People pass through your lives. Don't take it personally. Go out and find your people. Oh, this is from Issa. Writing from the Philippines. I'm always the advice-giving friend, but I feel like no one checks on me. How do I stop this dynamic? As the connoisseur of the advice-giving association, when people ask you for advice, just say, that's crazy. Girl, that's crazy. Literally, stop it. Because sometimes we're the ones who put ourselves in this position. No one put you there. Practice it. Write down 5 responses you'll be giving people when they give you their story. Just be like, I'm telling you as someone who has done this. I go, oh, I'm sure you'll figure it out, babes. And I'm pinching myself so that I don't start giving advice. Because it's a disease. It's like being a kleptomaniac, but advice maniac. Yeah, it's like there's this thing shaking you inside to vomit advice. In fact, when you notice the advice rise and pinch yourself, do breathing exercises. I'm serious. Like, it's that serious. Stop it. People don't check on you because you give them advice. Because, of course, you give them the best advice. So how will you have issues? So start telling people you're struggling. Whoa. I'm telling you, it works. Let's shake. Why, Frank, I don't have much energy. I sound like I do. I don't. I be struggling, Limited energy. Sometimes I want to fight people online, but then I think about my dinner. If I use my energy and reply you now, then I can't eat night food. So I have very limited energy. So I really allocate it carefully. This is from Sam. This is from Sam, writing from Germany. I'm 23 and still haven't had sex yet. I am not ashamed. Good, Sam. But I am scared that when it happens, it will be disappointing or painful. How do I stop overthinking something I've never even experienced? Sam, do you know what? I am so proud of you. I want to take a moment and say that I am proud of you because you are doing something like this at your own pace, in your own time, okay? We live in a world that is so hypersexualized. We sometimes treat it like it's not a vulnerable thing. It is vulnerable, to have sex with a person. There's so many things that come into play. But let me tell you something, Sam, you're already winning. Why? Because you're 23. Do you know what I mean? You're an adult now. You get to pick. Worry less about whether it will be disappointing or painful, and worry more about finding a safe person. Most first times are disappointing anyway. That's just the truth. First of all, you don't even know what you're comparing it to, but let me tell you. Ask Paul the world on first times. Most people were disappointed. But there's nothing to fear if you do it in a way that works for you. Pick the person, pick the location if you wish. So that's all you need to focus on. Safety and curating an experience that you will enjoy. What is this? Ali? Someone named Ali? What do I do if I like a guy that has been my friend for a long time, but he's entertaining a girl right now, although it seems like he's falling out of love with her? Let me stop you right there. Let me pause you right there. Who are you? What is this? Although it seems like he's falling out of love with her, you see why it's not good to be deceiving yourself when it comes to friends. You like a friend and you're there monitoring them. You're monitoring spirits. Because I don't know why you're monitoring your friend and someone he's in love with. You don't know that he's falling out of love with her. You don't know that. That is so mean. This is why you need to be an honest person. Because your next question is, should I continue and make him see that I actually like him, which can probably ruin the friendship that we have? Should you continue? Stop there. I stopped you earlier. Stop there. Don't do this again. If you like your friend, if he's with other people, he obviously does not like you. Go and deal with your feelings. If you really think you must confess, you must tell them because you can't breathe, then respectfully, without expecting anything, tell them, take yourself away, deal with your feelings, come back and be a good friend. Because right now, you suck. Oh my gosh. This is from Drew, writing from the US. What's your advice on how and when I should safely come out as gay to my very conservative parents? I'm a university student and right now I'm the only single child. So they keep pressuring me to get a girlfriend, get married, have kids. I want to tell them the truth because I'm so tired of hiding my identity from them, but I'm fearful of the repercussions. Oh, Drew, my heart goes out to you for even the fact that you have to experience something like this. Because I can't tell you when to tell them, but make sure that if you're going to tell them, you have access. So you're able to pay your own rent, your own food, and you're physically safe. If you can control those things, then we're now talking about emotional disconnect and emotional repercussions. Take your time, Drew. Start building your own safety. Start making family, building your own separate group who you rely on for emotional safety. So create your world so that just in case they exile you from theirs, you have a world to return to. You have a world that is yours, because it will be much more difficult if you feel like their world is yours. And when they exile you, if they exile you, you have nothing. Because at the end of the day, you're not an extension of your parents. And I think that sometimes we feel so, but you must remember that you're literally a separate human being. Start focusing on yourself and the experiences you want to have outside of them. There's a reality where you tell them and actually they don't mind, because they're very conservative people who love their gay children or who change their views when their children come out, because they're like, well, I choose my child over and over again. It's a real thing. I don't know them, you know them. So gauge what level of repercussions you're actually talking about here. Just know that my heart is hugging you, and I hope you have such a beautiful life out and proud. These long questions be scaring me. Amina, writing from Kenya, what's a trait you genuinely wish more men had? Something underrated or overlooked that would completely change how you experience them. Consideration. Quite frankly, this isn't underrated and it's not overlooked, but most men have come in contact with, and most men, other women I know have come in contact with, don't have it. And I tell you why. Because the way men are usually socialized doesn't require them to consider other people, because they're usually being considered. Do you know how consideration would change the dynamic of the conversations we're having around gender and violence and anything happening outside to women and anybody who is in a man? Consideration is what makes you go, wait a minute, what? What? Consideration is what stops a person in their tracks to think about why someone might feel the way they do. Consideration makes you decenter yourself in certain conversations. It's not about you. It's not about yeah. It's not about yeah. Everything's not about yeah. Oh. You said most men, but I'm not one of them. I'm very considerate. One of the fucking millions who is considerate. Most of them aren't. It's not about you. Don't center yourself in this conversation. Consideration. It will change everything. Everything. Even if you don't understand. Even if you've never understood. Even if maybe you were raised differently. Even if it's never occurred to you. Consideration is what makes you think, you know what? Somebody in front of me is hurting. Why? The world would be so different if men became considerate human beings. But then consideration requires emotional intelligence. And do I need to say more? This question is so funny. This question is from Alex, writing from England. So we're here together, babes. How do I recover from oversharing as a personality trait? I try not to, but I feel like I can't really control it. I can relate. Let me tell you something, Alex, baby. Let me adjust for you. I can relate. Do you know how many things I've told people in this life? And I never feel ashamed of my story or my history. No. If I've told you, I just feel like it's like you get a preview before other people. However, some people don't deserve to know anything about you. They really don't deserve it. You don't know them. It's too intense. They don't know you. You don't know them. Why the F do they know your history? But I'll tell you what cured it. I will tell you, baby. I will let you into this secret. Go and write a script. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me. Write a script. If you're too lazy to write a script, write bullet points of things in your life or things that you know In fact, you can even make up stuff actually. They don't have to be true. But preferably, let them not be lies. It's just better to be a truthful person. Let them just be random information, nonsensical information, like trivia things about life, about you, about your family that you can share with you can share it with a duck. You can share it with a rabbit. You can share it with any human being and it wouldn't matter. Every time you feel like you're vomiting, follow the script. Talk at length about all these things about you that are just not that important. That will cover the oversharing itch, okay? You'll have talked a lot about yourself and it won't be that deep. Script another thing, which is writing a list of questions you want to know about other people. So that way, you're giving people the stage. People love to talk about themselves. I tell you, most people do. I'm telling you, you just have to find a way to survive if you're someone with a loose mouth. Our next question is from Avery, writing from Canada. Pearl, I grew up extremely religious and now I genuinely can't tell the difference between desire and guilt. Even though I'm grown and I know sex isn't dirty, I still feel like a sinner every time I want someone. How do I untangle this and stop feeling like pleasure itself is a sin? And if you ever dealt with religious shame around desire, how did you navigate it? I feel for you deeply. I really do. I did deal with religious shame, because I grew up religious too, very conservative. Everything is demonic. Everything is evil. Your body doesn't belong to you, belongs to a man. It's all about your husband and you touching your body. You were slapped or, just a lot of shame around anything about pleasure. What I did was I started by reclaiming my body. I think that was the most important thing because it's really difficult to go from being told that this thing is such a terrible thing and it belongs to somebody else or that there's some sin around it to trying to invite other people into it. So I first focused on myself and my relationship with pleasure and my body. I started exploring alone with my body, looking at every part of my body. I mean, every part of my body, like staring at it and wondering if my body is not mine. That's crazy. It's a weird, sick thing that everything about my body lies in the hands of another. That's sad as fuck. I started dancing. Dance was so helpful. Like, I love moving my body in a sensual, sexy way. I love just moving my body as sensually as possible. Not for anybody, for myself. Just touch my body, know how my body feels because it's mine. So for me, pleasure was just not about even sexual. It became about everything. So I became someone so in tune with what felt good on my body. Like clothes, okay, I want to wear only what I like, what feels good. I started living places I don't want to be. I don't talk to people I don't want to talk to. Like, it's crazy how these things, sometimes they all tie in. Become the master of your body. It's literally something that houses your innermost self, your spirit, your mind, your soul. It's you can't be separated and disconnected from it. So dancing, movement became one of my biggest cues. I even have a poem about it. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but how dancing saved my life, because it did. And just watching this body and being grateful for what it does for me, keeping me alive, being safe, being aroused when it needs to be aroused. That's nice because I'm alive, When all those things are happening, you have to remember that the story in your head has been planted. It will take a while to get rid of it. So when the guilt arises, don't take it as a sign of something. Take it as a symptom of what has happened to you, what has been planted in your head. And then keep rewiring it by making different choices, by reclaiming those parts of your body, those experiences. It will take a while, but one day you realize, you wake up and things will feel good. They'll feel like yours. And sometimes even at the back of your mind, you'll hear like a thing or a thought come back and you'll be like, oh, no, this is my body. Mine. Because how do you make my body my enemy? And how do you make my body someone else's property? That's disgusting. I love this. I love this question from Tristan. If you had to move out of your family home willingly without telling anyone and literally never being in contact with them again due to, let's call it, abuse of many kinds, financial or physical, sometimes mental, would you take that risk? In Ajum? Also, that one. Yes, yes, yes. 1,000,000 times. If you can safely do it, do it. Run as far as you can. And baby, let me tell you something. Sometimes the reason why you think you cannot relate with your family ever again is because you're still in the environment of your abuse. Now, there is nothing wrong with cutting people off if that's what you need to do to stay safe in life. But sometimes the reason why everything feels like so too much and so crazy and impossible is because you are still there. So leave if you can safely so you can pay your rent, take care of yourself. Leave, find your grounding and see what you want from there so that you can come from a place of power, a place of health and healing. Sometimes you don't even realize what you're carrying. You think you know how much you're suffering until you move out. And it hits you like a train. You realize how bad it was or how bad it is. Because now there's all these strangers treating you like a human being and you can't believe human beings get treated this way. I know. I met these friends at uni, I remember, who would cook for me and ask me if I was hungry and just feed me. Oh, yeah, I have dinner, come eat. And my mind was scattered, blown. My entire life, I was a utensil up until that point. And it was so imperative then that it was actually a guy friend. It was eventually became a group of people, but it started with a guy friend who was just like, oh, have you eaten? Oh, I made dinner. I'll bring you some. My jaw was under the ground. I could not believe it. That a person treated me like a human being, not a thing. My mind was blown. Even one time I was writing my exams and a friend made me stew and it was a guy friend. He brought me this stew and he was like, oh, it will last you for like a week so you don't have to cook while writing your exams. Oh, none of these guys were romantically interested in me. Just for clarity, they were my friends. And I thought, oh my God, this is actually worse than I thought. I didn't realize how much of a human being I was not until I left home. I didn't realize that I was just a tool, a thing. And then I was able to become a person. This is from Marianne or Marian, but I think it's Marianne. Yes, writing from the UK. I have never been in a relationship before, and a lot of times I feel alienated because I don't feel the desire to look for one. I know that part of me is scared of the exposure, but the idea of exploring through dating feels like I'm forcing myself rather than doing something exciting and fun. How do I even begin to date without it feeling like a chore, baby? Don't date. Ooh, baby, don't date. Let me tell you why. I know we live in a world where people make it like being coupled or being in some sort of romantic relationship must be a thing. You don't have to date if you don't want to. Like the spectrum of our sexuality and how we feel attracted to others is so big. Some people are asexual. Some people are ace. Like there's so many ways that people experience romantic or do not experience romantic attraction. It's not just one way. So if you're someone who does not want to be in a relationship or who feels like it's a chore, great. You're not abnormal. There are so many people like you. I know it's all about love, all about romantic. Don't fucking date. Ace, I don't know all the names, baby. I'm sorry. But look this two up. And it might lead you to your community. The spectrum is large and long, babes. You might be on it. Okay, the sexual spectrum. And if peradventure, in a few years you meet somebody and maybe they awaken something in you. Good. Wow, new experience. I didn't know this was possible. Interesting. Normalize it for yourself so that it's normalized around you. Because things are weird when we ourselves think we're weird. And weird is not a bad, I use weird. I call myself weird all the time. I like the word, but I say weird with a negative connotation right now where you think there's something wrong with you. So when you're talking about yourself to people, there's this energy of something is wrong with you, or you hide things about yourself because you believe is wrong. But when you accept that you are just right, you speak about it like it's the norm. So when someone challenges you, you make them look like they're mad because you're like, why are you abnormal? Like the you mean? Are you surprised that I exist? Girl, read up, girl. You treat them like they're crazy because they are. All kinds of people exist and you're just one of them. Wish you the best, Marianne. Well, writing from the UK, is it okay to be disliked and to what extent? Yes, well, it's okay to be disliked. Now, if you're going out of your way to be harmful, to be hurtful, to be mean, to be hateful, then motherfucker, who you is? You deserve it and people should deal with you. But if you're a cool guy, cool, chill-headed guy, people just don't like you for that. So be it. Shake, 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 shake. I feel like we should have a dance. I can't play certain types of music. I just realized because it's a podcast. I can play certain types of music. I was thinking of playing some music. And with that, my loves, the gates of Pearl gently close for today. Whatever you heard, whatever landed, whatever spell may or may not have been cast, let it simmer, let it sparkle, let it do what it gotta do. And if you want to submit your own questions for the upcoming episodes, and I know that you do, the link is in the description box wherever you are watching or listening. I am your host, Pearl Ada, and this has been This Might Be a Spell. This might be a spell.